Here's Nathaniel, everybody.
Hi, this is my second time in this room. It's
Yes.
so nice to do all this stuff.
So they're killing us. I think you have some friends in chat.
Oh yeah.
And I believe is it your wife in chat too?
That was my wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And
She's sticking up for you.
yeah, she's sticking up for you. It's great. But
Did I play bad or something?
No.
Oh,
No.
I thought I played pretty great.
Nathaniel
did.
was a hideous monster, but
Oh,
he's
that's more Schoonover.
yeah, he's
He's a-
decent piece at magic.
He's a bridge troll.
I sent him a
Very incessant.
It's a bridge troll.
ouch.
Dirty affinity player.
Dirty affinity player. There you go.
Yeah.
Mox opal villain.
Scoony love.
Yeah.
His wife's been posting crying emojis.
Why?
Nathaniel Snyder
I
has
lose.
a smile that makes babies cry.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I hate babies. They're awful.
Nathaniel once stubbed his toe and only cried for 20 minutes. And then she said, "Y'all leave my husband alone."
Scoony says I'm a cute bridge troll though.
I don't know.
So anyways, we the funny stuff is funny, but let's talk about this sweet deck list, man. This is awesome.
This is very sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
How's it feel to run 9 copies of Asmo?
it is more than that. It's 4 Asmo. Oh, I guess it is 9. I cut one of the finales.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's very busted. It's the best card in your deck.
Yeah.
But usually Traverse the Oldenwald isn't to find Asmo, it's to find Urza Saga.
Oh, he's gonna get
When you have
lands.
Delirium, you can find lands.
Yeah.
I beat Grixis Luris in round 5, I think. No, it was round 4.
Yeah.
By just chaining Urza Saga. It's just like making dudes.
That's so gross.
Yeah, the deck's sweet. I love the food engine. It's like plays a really grindy game super well, and just like
I
a
mean,
ton of value.
Who needs removal when you have Overchase Daredevil and
Yeah, well,
two...
the lunch lady's just like throwing
Yeah.
poison food at stuff, and it all falls over.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts.
She should be fired.
Yeah. Every time I've seen Asmo, it's just like good.
It's really bad in some matchups, but in
Good
some
luck playing
matchups, it's really
creatures
good.
for the rest of the game. Like,
Yeah. Asmo's not the best in that matchup, but you do want one.
yeah.
But I wanted a food deck that did. I was playing a lot of the green black list with Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven, and that deck grinds really well, but it like loses hard to graveyard hate. And it's susceptible to artifact hate because everything in your deck that matters is an artifact. And then I liked the Urza decks, but half your draws are unplayable because Urza and Thought Monitor just like clunk everything up. You have to play like 22 lands and a Springleaf Drum to be able to cast Urza. And I just wanted to be able to end the game, like actually like apply pressure and then accrue the advantage through like the grindy elements of just the food stuff. And just like they work super well together. So I'm playing Dragon Rage Channeler and Tarmogoyf. And Tarmogoyf is like not a good card, but it's very good in this deck because it's always like 5 or 6 power. And you can cast it on turn 2 off Saga, which is very important because you want to cast Saga on turn 2. I was playing Ren 6s before, and it's not possible to cast that card in a game where you have Urza Saga.
They want to know what your one loss was to.
Nick Cowden, he's probably the best player in the room, very, very strong. He was playing Elementals. I think that matchup's like even-ish. Game 3, he's on the play, and I mulligan to 4, and my hand is like fetch land, cookbook Tarmogoyf, or some fetch land bolt Tarmogoyf or something. Then I draw another Tarmogoyf. I just like have these 2 Goyfs in play, and he keeps a 7. That's 2 lands and a bunch of sideboard cards, and he doesn't hit his 3rd land for like 3 or 4 turns, and then he puts a Rest in Peace into play, and my Tarmogoyfs can't block Risen Reef because it's a 1/1 and my Goyfs are 0/1s. I just like die. It was awful.
Oh man.
But the matchup's like totally fine, I think. But he played really well in this.
Someone
Obviously.
asked, come across any Sanctifier Invex? What's your plan for that?
There's a one main board pirate spellbomb and one sideboard pirate spellbomb. You can find it off Urza Saga and it kills it dead. Also, Sanctifier Invect doesn't do anything against Tarmogoyf.
Right.
You can get Delirium pretty easily without red cards in your graveyard or black cards.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And being able to having multiple tutorable answers to kill it is very good.
Right.
Deck's way softer to Dolthy Voidwalker, but that card doesn't like Lightning Bolt.
So
Only
I got to update you guys on a game that's going on out there right now. So Green White Heliod is playing Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is comboing off, but can't win
right, because does he have Infinite Life?
he has Oriok Champion in play.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he just gains 1 life every time.
Every time,
He's
right?
He's drawing his deck.
Yeah, he has to find an Ancient champion.
Yep.
Which I don't think they have any.
So,
So if you
very
can draw a bunch of cards
interesting.
and like advance his board state a ton, like draws messenger and like, or if he
Yeah.
he can draw his deck if he has the Essence Warden in play. If he finds the Essence Warden, he can just like put a disgusting board state into play, like kill everything.
Does he run Zulaport Cutthroat too, or no?
Zulaport Cutthroat would be
He gets
even, unless he has a draws messenger.
yeah, I was
Unless
gonna
you
say
got
if he had,
matchup.
like Cutthroat
Yeah,
and then
He
Draws
has
Messenger as
blurs in
well.
play.
Yeah, but he doesn't have draws messenger to combo right now.
No.
Yeah, he needs to find
Yeah.
draws messenger or find an Essence Warden to draw the rest of his deck, and then find either of those pieces. That sounds awful to be
Yeah.
a part of.
Crazy.
Someone
Somebody asked, "What's your favorite matchup?"
My favorite matchup. If they play creatures with power and toughness less than 6, they'd probably lose because you
Oh,
just like
yeah.
make a million food and throw everything at everything. I really like the blue-red Murktide matchup. Like the only card in their deck that matters is Murktide, and it still dies to Asmo. Like you sometimes have to throw 4 foods at it, but that's like totally fine. Like
So
the only
gross.
payoff that matters in their deck.
it's like, oh,
And
activate
then-
twice.
Post board, my plan is Soul Guide Lanterns.
Yeah.
And I run afoul. I won my winning in by putting my opponent in a spot where they had to tap out or tap low, and then casting a run afoul to kill the Murktide, and then nuking the graveyard with a Soul Guide Lantern that I tutored up on the next main phase.
Tried.
With Saga, and then like made a guy. I think I skipped making a guy that turn.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the mana, but just like sack your only threat, nuke your graveyard, do 2 cards in hand. Like
And just
the matchup's really good. I haven't lost it yet, but there are some games that Murktide is really hard to answer. That's like why the run of foul is in the sideboard.
takes
Alright,
care
we-
of that.
Got a more personal question here. How did you get into Magic, and when did you think to start competing?
I started playing Magic in 2009 when I was in 7th grade. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the lunchroom, and my friend said, "Hey bro, you should play some Magic." I said, "What's Magic?"
Yeah.
And then he gave me an intro deck. I have a brand new copy of this intro deck in my house. It's a Shadowmoor Blue Black Rogues deck. It's basically just a fairy deck with Frog Tosser banners in it, which is a sweet card by the way.
Sick.
And we were playing, and I just like really enjoyed it, and just like would play it every day during like lunch and at school, like when I could, and like after school. And then
That's
it was right before Zendikar. It was like in M10 the core set.
That's a pretty similar story to me, except I was closer to Magic Origins when I started. I was like a junior, senior in high school.
Yeah.
Senior, and it was Sam Bidwell showed me his Magic cards because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I talked to Kyle, and he had cards from back when he was in high school, and then he got them out, and I was like, that's when I was, because he had this like sick humans deck from like back when it was in standard. I was like, this is sick, like
Oh yeah.
the synergies and stuff. I was like,
I started playing back in '99.
I was born in '96. Sorry.
Yeah.
they were the same age.
After I started going to a shop in Columbus called the Card Tower. It's like a real casual store, but got a lot of people. The judges, they were great. It was a really good environment to like learn how to play the game. I was getting crushed in F&Ms. I'd like get $10 a week from my grandma whenever I would go play Magic, and I would either buy booster packs with it or I'd play Magic, and usually wasn't play Magic because I lost a lot. And I was dying to like Unburial Rights, Craterhoof Behemoth, Lingering Souls decks,
Mhm.
or Trading Post Wormcoil Engine files. That was not fun. So, and then it was like, I think when I was 16, I started playing, or maybe probably 16, 17 when I started playing IQs in bigger tournaments, because I got my L1 to judge when I was on my 17th birthday,
Oh, nice.
and then I traded into Legacy, played a lot of Delver for a couple years, and then I
Dang.
played a lot of IQs and stuff.
That's pretty sick.